everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Guile with Dual Sky Yoga, and in today's class I will take you through a set of poses to help you release any tension in the hamstrings if you have any tight hamstrings, and just kind of give you a sense of how to strengthen that part of the body. So you will need 2 blocks, a blanket and a strap, and we will start with our ankles crossed, spine nice and tall, shoulders are relaxed. You can place your hands onto your knees or your lap and bring the eyes to close just for a few breaths. Slow and steady inhale. Slow and steady exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, big inhale through the nose. This time, open your mouth and sigh it out. Excellent. Bring the soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana. If you'd like a little added lift, you can bring in your blanket, fold it over, and come to sit on the very edge. That gives you a little bit of a lift, allowing the knees to descend down further. So bring the soles of the feet together, and you can grab onto ankles if you like, or you can keep the hands on the knees. If you like to place blocks underneath, that's fine as well. And just keep a nice tall spine, noticing that the further you bring the feet away, the less intense the stretch will be in the inside of the thighs, and the closer you bring them into the groin, the more it intensifies the stretch. So it really depends on you and your body. Take a few moments here. It's always a smart idea to listen to your body. If there is any discomfort or pain, ease off. One more big inhale and exhale. Keeping your right leg where it is, extend the left leg straight on the mat. And bring the sole of the right foot on the inside of that left thigh. Grab your strap and bring your strap on the outside of that foot. And come back to a nice tall spine. Slight twist of the body so that you're framing the extended leg. Inhale, bring both arms up and overhead, palms face each other, relax the shoulders. And as you exhale, trying to maintain a nice long spine without curving the upper back, begin to fold forward over your leg. Once you feel that you can no longer continue to fold without having that rounding happen, you can go ahead and release the hands down either to your leg, or you can grab the strap and place it on the ball of the foot. Continuing to elongate the spine, keep inhaling to grow nice and long, crown of the head comes forward. And then as you exhale, perhaps you can fold a little bit further. If you start to feel any discomfort in the back of the leg, that's okay. If it gets too intense, you can bend the knee just a little bit. Another inhale. This time as you exhale, you can go ahead and curve the spine. Allow the upper half of the body to just drape over the leg. One more big breath in. Engaging the low belly as you inhale, roll yourself back up. And extend the right leg straight to meet the left. And just give yourself a little shake of the thighs here. Pressing through both of the heels, adjust the strap so it's across both feet. Again, nice tall spine. You're reaching down through the sits bones and up through the crown of the head. Dandasana, or staff pose, something you can easily do to lengthen and stretch the hamstrings while you're sitting down watching TV or folding clothes. So keep pressing through the heels and also press through the ball of the feet. Spread the toes. Big inhale, reach the arms up. And the same way we just did, As you exhale, begin to fold forward with a flat back, a slight little engagement of the low belly. Keep reaching forward, 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 growing long. And once you feel you can no longer maintain that straight back, you can go ahead, grab the strap and round the spine. Again, if there's any discomfort in the backs of the legs, go ahead and bend the knees slightly. With every inhale, we reach the crown of the head forward. And with every exhale, we release it. And try not to have a death grip here on the strap. Just enough that you can have a little bit of traction as you fold forward. Another inhale. And exhale here. Engage the belly as you inhale, roll yourself back up. And this time, bend the left knee and allow that left leg to open out to the left, bringing the inside, the bottom of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Frame that right leg, and that right leg is nice and active as well. You're still pressing through the heel, you're pressing through the ball of the foot. It's so engaged that the knee is slightly lifting off of the mat. Big inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, flat back down. Getting to that halfway point as you grow longer. And then allow the hands to release down to strap or to leg or to foot. Keep the breath moving. And it's okay if you don't go down so far. Perhaps your forward fold is up here, and that's fine. Keep the breath moving. Keep the energy in the leg. And then slowly, slowly roll yourself back up. And straighten both of the legs once again. Pressing through the heels, spreading the toes. Shoulders are relaxed. The spine is nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale. You can place the strap aside and remove the blanket. Or if you'd like a little added cushion underneath your knees, you can keep the blanket where it is. Right in the center of the mat, otherwise you can place the blanket aside. Coming onto all fours, spread the fingers, spread the toes, okay? Glue the fingers to the mat, glue the toes to the mat, pull the low belly in, and your knees will be about hip distance apart. The knees will be directly under the hips, just as the wrists are directly under the shoulders. Big inhale. And exhale here. And then inhale to drop the belly, lift the gaze. Hold your cow pose for one breath. Don't hold your breath, just hold the pose. Keep reaching the chest forward, inhale. And then as you exhale, press into the palms to curve the spine and tuck the chin. Keep moving through cat-cow, warming up the spine. Take two more. And then coming back through to tabletop. Grab one of the blocks and place it behind your right knee. Okay? Just wedge it there. Maybe come onto the toes and keep holding the block. Okay? Pull the low belly in, keeping the right knee bent as you inhale, lift that knee up to about hip height, and you're pressing the heel up towards the ceiling and you're squeezing the block in. Okay? Staying here, begin to do a few pumps here. So 1, do 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This time, hold. Keep pulling the low belly in. Big inhale. And as you exhale, come back down to tabletop. Remove the block. And take a child's pose, bringing the big toes to touch, spreading the knees wide, and sinking the hips down onto the ground, reaching the arms out in front of you. Or you can slide the hands, the arms alongside the body, grabbing onto the ankles. Reach the arms out in front of you once again, and pull yourself forward to tabletop on the inhale, preparing for the left side. Grab the block, and wedge it behind the left knee. Okay, maybe coming onto the toes of that left foot. Okay. Keeping the block squeezed in towards the thigh. Take an inhale, keep the low belly engaged. As you exhale, begin to lift the left knee so it's about hip height. Okay. And then another inhale here, and as you exhale, begin to pump 5 times. So 1, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also really good for the glutes. 5. Hold it. Don't hold the breath. Another inhale. And then as you exhale, return the knee back. You can move the block off to the side and take another child's pose. Continue to stretch the arms out in front of you. Big inhale and exhale. Another inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the toes. Begin to lift the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Okay, and a lot of times if you have tight hamstrings, this pose might not be very fun for anyone. You can bend the knees a little bit and keep reaching the tailbone down towards the heels as the hips come up and back. Perhaps slowly over time, you'll begin to straighten the legs. And please note that your heels do not have to touch the ground. However, if you find that your heels are all the way up here in your down dog, maybe this is when you bend the knees slightly and try to lower the heels just a little bit more. Relax here. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently begin to pull yourself forward to plank pose, top of a push-up. Lower down to the knees. Untuck the toes. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, reach the chest forward, pin the elbows in, and try to come down all the way in one shot. Okay. Bring your hands by the lower ribs. Grow long in the legs. Keeping the elbows pinned in towards each other. Inhale, lift your chest just a little bit off the ground. Keep growing long in the legs. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat and engage the legs so that your knees are lifting up off the mat. Big inhale. And as you exhale, slide the forearms down onto the mat, lifting the chest up, coming into your Sphinx pose. Tops of the feet are still glued down into the mat. Reach the chest forward, pin the elbows in, look straight ahead. Bring the forearm of that left arm parallel to the front edge of the mat and keep the elbow right underneath the shoulder. Keep the chest lifted. From here, take an inhale. Exhale. And then another inhale, lift the left leg, lift the right arm. Keep this time, press through the toes, press to the toes. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, release down, come back into Sphinx pose. This time, turn the right forearm so it's parallel to the front edge of the mat, making sure that the elbow is directly underneath the shoulder. Take an inhale and exhale first. This time in another inhale, lift the right leg, lift the left arm. Grow nice and long. Big inhale. And then exhale, release down. This time come all the way down to the mat. Bring your arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Legs are still engaged. Grow nice and long in the spine. Reach the tailbone down towards the heels. Keeping the belly engaged. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the legs. Inhale. And exhale, release down. Take that one more time on your own on the inhale. And exhale, this time plant the hands by the lower ribs. Make your way to table. And then tuck the toes and make your way back to downward facing dog. Come high on the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, reach the chest towards the thighs, and then very, very slowly begin to straighten the legs. Taking that a few times on your own. Keep reaching the tailbone down towards the heels as the hips go up and back. Press the thighs back. Big inhale. And as you exhale, take as many steps as you need to come to the front of the mat. Open the feet wider than the shoulders. Bend the knees and grab onto elbows. From here, just allow the top half of the body to hang loose. Then very slowly, when you're ready, spread the toes. Gently begin to straighten the legs. Reaching the hips up. Maybe releasing the hands down alongside the feet, or you can place them on blocks. Bringing the feet back to about hip distance apart. Inhale, come up halfway, plant the hands on something. So plant the hands on your shins and check the weight, make sure that it's not too far back or too far forward, but right above the ankles. Inhale, and then exhale, release down. Inhale, come up halfway, planting the hands on the shins, moving the shoulders back away from the ears, pulling the low belly in, reaching the tailbone down, nice flat back. Inhale, and exhale, release down. Bend the knees. And as you inhale, press into the feet, come up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. And as you exhale, release the hands down alongside the body, coming into Tadasana. Make sure that your blocks are right in between your feet, maybe bringing them onto the highest height, and then grab your blanket and place it in the middle of the mat. Come to stand back in between the blocks. Tadasana. Inhale, lift the arms up. And as you exhale, slowly begin to dive forward, maybe bending the knees on the way down. Keep looking forward. Hands will come onto the blocks. Inhale, come up halfway, either hands on blocks or on the shin. And then as you exhale, step the right foot back. Lower the right knee down onto that blanket. And if that front knee is passing the ankle, walk that foot forward. So walk the left foot forward. You want to have your knee directly above the ankle. Okay. And come onto the blocks. You can bring the blocks further back a little bit. Keep the low belly engaged. So try not to sink into the hips. Pull the low belly up and in. And you're protecting the low back as you reach the tailbone down. Big inhale. You can come onto the toes of the right leg. And as you exhale, begin to draw the hips back as you come onto the heel of the left foot for a runner's lunge. Inhale, come back through center. Keep the belly engaged. And as you exhale, draw the hips back. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale, nice and slow. Last one, inhale. This time we hold. Exhale for a few breaths right here. Keep that leg active, keep the toes spread, keep pressing through the ball of the foot as you lengthen the back of the leg. One more inhale. And as you exhale, come back into the lunge, walk the blocks forward so they frame the foot. Straighten the back leg. Bring the weight into the left leg, the left foot, and then step forward. You're back into a forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. And this time as you exhale, step the left foot back, lower the left knee down. Make any adjustments you need to your kneeling lunge. Bring the blocks a little further back so that they're directly under your shoulders. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, begin to draw the hips back. Straighten that right leg. Fold forward. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. This time we hold for a few breaths here. Big inhale. And as we exhale, begin to walk the blocks forward. Straighten that back leg and step forward. You're in a forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up. And exhale to Tadasana. You can remove your blanket off to the side. And then take one block, put it towards the back of the mat. We'll put it on the left side. And then the other block towards the front of the mat over on the left side as well. And then come to take a really big step facing the right side of the mat. Okay? And adjust the blocks. It could also be the other side. Adjust the blocks so they're about behind your ankle, okay? Behind your heels here. Pull the low belly in. Reach both arms out to a T. Look over your left shoulder, your left fingertips. From here, turn the left foot forward and then spin the right heel back. You want to try to have a heel to arch alignment here, so heel to arch. And try not to lean too much forward and too further back. Just sit the torso right above the hips. There's a slight external rotation of that left leg, and then engage the thighs by pulling the kneecaps out. You'll feel the thighs engaging, the quads engaging. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to reach forward, forward, forward with the left hand. So you can no longer go, and then lower that hand down to shin or to that block behind you as the right arm comes up and overhead. Bring the right arm onto your waist to center and just adjust the block enough so that you feel stable. If this is too low and you feel crunching in the left side of the body, come up higher, meaning place the hand on your shin or maybe right below your knee. From here, reach that right shoulder back. If this does not feel okay in the neck, you're welcome to keep the sight down and try not to dump all the weight into that bottom block or into your leg. Really just hold it lightly, press it lightly. Inhale. And then exhale, reach that right arm up. Keep the low belly engaged, keep the thighs engaged, keep the breath flowing. Big inhale. And exhale. Press the feet away from each other as you inhale, come back up. And exhale, release the hands, parallel your feet. Bring the hands to the hips to start as you turn the right foot towards the back of the room and spin the left heel, reaching both arms out to a T on the inhale. Another inhale. And as you exhale, begin to reach the right arm back, until you can no longer go anymore, and then bring that right hand down onto the block as you lift the left arm up. And to get that rotation, you can bring the hand first onto your hip and then rotate the torso so that your left shoulder is coming back and the right shoulder is coming out from underneath. Press into the big toe mound of that right foot. Big inhale. And exhale. Press the feet away from each other as you inhale, come back up. And exhale, release down. Parallel your feet. And then grab your blocks and place them in front of you. Come back to that wide-legged stance. Inhale, once again, lift the chest, lift the gaze, keep the hands on the hips. And as you exhale, begin to swan dive forward. It's almost like your heart's hooking over the blocks. And come about halfway so that your torso is parallel to the ground. Keeping the hands on the hips crease, right? Press the hips back as you reach the crown of the head forward, creating length in the spine. And see if you can bring the weight a little bit further forward or even right in the center of the feet. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the hands to the blocks, maybe drop the head. Again, see if maybe you have too much weight in the heels, bring them forward a little bit. If this is, again, a little bit too intense, you can go ahead and bend the knees. And maybe, this is as far as you go, maybe you stay here, and that works too. So wherever you are in your Prasarita Padottanasana, your wide-legged forward fold, take a few deep breaths. The purpose of this pose is not to bring your head to the ground. It's really to lengthen the backs of the legs, stretch the hamstrings. Forward folds also bring a sense of peace and calm to the mind. Maybe your eyes closed. Big inhale. And exhale. Very, very slowly begin to walk the hands back onto the blocks. If they're on the ground, come up halfway. Bring the feet a little bit closer in towards each other as you bend the knees, bring the hands onto the hips, and then lead with the chest to come up to stand. You move the blocks off to the side and come to lay on your backs. Bring the strap with you. Grab your strap, bring the right knee in towards your chest, give it a little hug, and then loop the right foot, big inhale. As you exhale, reach that foot up towards the ceiling. And using your right thumb, place the thumb right at the hip crease where the top of the thigh and the hip meet, and press the thigh away and down, creating a little space in between that joint there. Left leg can remain where it is, or you can extend the left leg straight on the mat, pressing through the heel, pressing through the ball of the foot, and making sure to ground down through that left thigh and left hip. If this feels too intense, you can keep the knee bent slightly. Sliding the hands down, forearms are resting on the mat. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, big inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Last one. bend the knee, remove the strap, and place the sole of the foot on the mat, and also bend the left knee. Bring the left knee in towards your chest, give it a little hug, and then loop the left foot. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, extend the left foot up towards the ceiling, pressing through the heels and keeping the toes nice and spread. Do that same exercise on this side with your thumb. Place it right in the hip crease, pressing the thigh back and down to create some space there. Reach the tailbone down so the low back flattens just a little bit. And staying here, we're extending that right leg straight, also pressing through the heel so both feet are flexed. Thighs are spinning in towards each other. That bottom leg is engaged. 2 more breaths. Last one. And you can either keep the strap where it is and bring the right foot to meet the left, or you can remove the strap and just keep both feet up towards the ceiling. Thighs are spinning in, the legs are nice and engaged. You can maybe grab onto the backs of the thighs. And then grabbing onto the sides of the mat. Keep the low belly engaged, take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly begin to lower both of the legs, keeping them straight. And if you'd like to challenge yourself at the very end of the class here, and try to fire up your core just before we're done, you can lift the head and shoulders off the mat and lift both arms up. Stopping halfway. And then as you exhale, release everything down. Take a few breaths here. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Sway side to side, or take a happy baby, bending the knees, grabbing onto your feet or your ankles and opening the knees wide. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And then extend the legs straight on the mat for Shavasana. Those of you that would like to take a longer Shavasana, you can end the video here and take as long as you like. Otherwise, bend the knees, roll over to any side, press into the palms to come up to sit. And sit in any comfortable position. Take a breath. Bring the hands together in front of the heart, bow the chin slightly. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with joy. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.